And I vowed that I'm going to boycott Indian goods and Indian products and Indian movies. And to this day, I have maintained my vow, and I want all of you please to do it as well. Our next guest is Lord Qurban Hussain. He's also from Kashmir, and he's going to talk to us about the human rights situation and the terrible state of affairs over there. In fact, our previous two speakers have also mentioned those things, but Lord Qurban Hussain is going to address specifically the human rights situation in Kashmir. So could you please welcome Lord Qurban Hussain.
Some of the commitments and the reasons why Indian forces went into Kashmir has been explained. But one quote from Lal Jawaharlal Nehru, or Jawaharlal Nehru, I should say, was that his army was going into Kashmir temporarily. And he said, as soon as peace is restored, his army will not stay there an extra day. But that has been a very long extra day, 70 years, nearly. And he said, on the future of Kashmir, the Kashmiri people will decide, and this is important what he said next. He said, at the end, if the Kashmiri people even decided to stay separate from India, India is prepared to take that sour pill. This was the commitment of Indian leadership at the time, with the Kashmiris, with the international world, and the British government.
The survey of the population, economy, and geography of Kashmir, done by the author on the basis of his research of the documents available with the British archives, he concluded, and I quote, "From a strictly rational point of view, based on a study of the culture and the economy of the region, there can be little doubt that a scheme for the partition of the Indian subcontinent, such as was devised in 1947, should have awarded the greater part of the state of Jammu and Kashmir to Pakistan," unquote.
And on that basis, India and Pakistan will be on an equal footing as interested outsiders, and as such, both parties should withdraw their forces simultaneously, which Pakistan has always shown itself readily to do. And any reform of administration in Kashmir before the plebiscite took place was unacceptable to India, and any arrangement which left India effectively in control during that period was unacceptable in Pakistan.
Article 370, which gives a special status of autonomy, but also it actually says that because until the Kashmiris decide their own future, they will have this autonomous state, and then when the future is decided, then they can do whatever they like. Well, let me just say this to you here in Toronto. There are dangerous developments in the Asian subcontinent, in the Indian subcontinent. And the dangerous development is that BJP, who are supported by Shiv Sena, Bajrang Dal and RSS, those who were responsible for killing Mahatma Gandhi and the extreme Hindu fundamentalist organizations, they have made three promises which are very dangerous. One is that in the area where Babri Mosque was demolished, that they want to build a temple which is going to be detrimental actually for the peace in India. Already hundreds of thousands of Indian Muslims have been ethnically cleansed in certain areas, and many Christians and many Sikhs have been driven out of their houses by these extremist Hindu organizations. But also, his second commitment in manifesto is that he wants to revoke this Article 370. He wants to get rid of it. so Kashmir becomes an integral part of India. That would be dangerous, and the international community must not allow India to do it and this BJP government to do it.